is Valley News Live at 4.
New information for you at 4. After spending more than a week in the ICU, a man has died after an assault at a West Fargo bar. And the man accused of throwing the punch is now facing more serious charges. 53-year-old Roberto Balboa, also known as Bobby, died at the hospital on Saturday. He leaves behind a wife of more than 20 years and 6 children. A GoFundMe has been set up for the family. Court documents say early in the morning of August 21st, he was attending a concert at the Speedway Event Center when he was pushed. When he turned around, he was hit in the face, knocked unconscious, and hit his head on the concrete floor. 35-year-old Tomas Cervantes is now charged with manslaughter. Documents say the security guard saw someone push Balboa, then saw a different man punch him. The man who first pushed Balboa has not been charged. Newly unsealed court documents are shedding light on the arrest of a Cass County Sheriff's deputy. Court documents say officers were called to the Custom Express car wash on August 2nd for a crash involving an apparent drunk driver. The witness told officers he was waiting in line at the car wash when the car behind him hit his vehicle. Court documents say Jacob Danielson had vomit on him and was not responsive. The witness called 911 after seeing a crying child in the back seat. Danielson's wife arrived after the crash and told officers he was having a PTSD episode and was very emotional. Danielson admitted to drinking at a local bar prior to picking up his children from daycare. Documents say a blood alcohol test showed Danielson at .153, nearly twice the legal driving limit. He's charged with a misdemeanor of DUI with a minor present and could face up to 360 days in jail and a $3,000 fine. People living in Barnesville are free to return to their normal use of water again as the boil water advisory was lifted this morning. The advisory was issued yesterday after lightning struck a high service pump, causing the town's water system to shut down. Nathan has been tracking if more lightning is anywhere in the forecast. He joins us with the first look at your Monday night. Nathan.
Hey, thanks, Stacy. Happy Monday, everybody. No lightning in the forecast for tonight, but later on this week, I do expect that to change. Let's talk about right now, though. Beautiful look at our Luther Family Ford. Skycam shows quiet conditions for us on this Monday, and satellite and radar backs that up as well, seeing things really quiet for us at this hour across the region. We are seeing, though, a few showers and storms out toward the Bismarck area, but that's about all we've got to contend with. A severe storm there near Garrison, one severe storm there just to the west of Bismarck near Flasher. I don't expect any impact from these. I do expect these to miss us to the west, but we could see some clouds and perhaps a few rain showers in our far western neighborhoods for this evening, but again, not expecting severe weather out west. For Fargo for this evening, and keeping a few clouds around for tonight, but middle 60s expected by the time we get to that midnight hour. Light wind as well, so a calm and quiet evening for us in Fargo and Grand Forks, expecting mainly clear skies to persist up in the northern valley. And look at those temperatures there. Midnight around 60 degrees, another windows open kind of night, but we do have some changes in the offing for us. Thursday, a first alert weather day has been raised for a cold front pushing through. Of course, we'll explain that, Stacy, in more detail in a few minutes.
All right. Thanks so much, Nathan. A group of parents are using the first day of Moorhead Public Schools to rally against the district's mask mandate. About a dozen people stood outside Moorhead High School today asking for the mandate to be dropped. They held signs saying faith, not fear, and your school, your choice, your voice. The parents say they want the government to stop having control over mask wearing and leave it up to the parents. They also said they don't want to co-parent their kids with the school district.
Take a stand. We need everybody to fight this fight. The government has taken up too much authority over our health care, and it's enough. It's time for us to stand up and say no to the government.
Disciplinary action will be taken against students and staff that refuse to wear a mask. The school says at first they'll be given education about the importance of masks and a mask option that'll feel more comfortable. Eventually, alternative education will be discussed. Staff could face termination if they refuse to wear a mask. The district says the goal of the mandate is to allow students and staff to continue in-person learning.
Well, it's critical because we know that students perform best when they're in front of their classroom teacher. And I believe that even the teachers would say that they're excited to be coming back to more of this in-person learning model as well.
The Moorhead District is starting off the school year with record enrollment numbers. More than 7,300 students in grades K through 12 enrolled for the first day of school today. That's 183 more students than last year, and also includes the 267 students enrolled in Moorhead's online academy. You can see the gradual trend of increasing enrollment numbers over the last 5 years. Today was also the opening day of the Moorhead High School Career Academy. Parents were also out this morning outside of Carl Ben Eielson Middle School in Fargo taking a stand against masks. Fargo District was the first in our area to require masks in their schools. Signs there today said unmask our kids and let parents decide that. There's an anti-mask protest planned at NDSU in a little less than an hour. That group will meet at Memorial Union at 5 o'clock. The announcement of mandating masks on campus was made back on August 17th by NDSU President Dean Brashani. For the first time since the winter, the U.S. has reached 100,000 hospitalizations for coronavirus, an increase of nearly 500% in just the past 2 months. As Michelle Medina explains, hospitals are struggling to keep up, especially in the South.
The U.S. is now averaging 156,000 new daily cases of coronavirus. As daily admissions climb, hospitals across the country are running out of ICU beds, especially in the South.
30+% of our inpatient population being COVID positive individuals, and the vast majority of those unvaccinated, it creates a perfect storm.
In Portland, Oregon, 300 National Guard members are on duty to help hospital staff, and more than 16,000 patients are hospitalized in Florida, the most of any state. On Monday, Governor Ron DeSantis said he will appeal a judge's ruling that overturned his ban on mask mandates at schools.
Ultimately, we're just trying to stand with the parents. A lot of parents, they know their kid in terms of the health. Parents' Bill of Rights has said this is your right here.
The U.S. Department of Education announced it is investigating 5 Republican-led states with universal mask bans, saying the policies could be discriminatory towards students with health conditions or disabilities. Nationwide, 180,000 children tested positive during the week of August 12th, raising concerns outbreaks could disrupt more in-person learning. Here in California, the San Diego County Board of Supervisors could be the first in the nation to vote on a policy that would declare health misinformation a public health crisis. Public health experts see health misinformation as a major contributor to vaccine hesitancy. Nichelle Medina, CBS News, Los Angeles.
Today, the European Union recommended that its 27-member nations reimpose travel restrictions for visitors from the U.S. because of the surge in cases. An important trio of offensive players for the Indianapolis Colts are now on the reserve COVID-19 list, including NDSU alumni Carson Wentz. Also put on reserve today is starting center Ryan Kelly and receiver Zach Pascal. That happened on the same day the team activated guard Quentin Nelson from the COVID reserve list. The time for civilian evacuations out of Afghanistan has come to a close as the U.S. military is working to get soldiers and equipment out of the country before President Biden's deadline tomorrow. Smoke rose near the airport in Kabul following an early morning rocket attack. Yesterday, U.S. forces carried out a drone strike after 2 men were seen loading explosives into the trunk of a car. U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken called this the most dangerous time in an already dangerous mission. In the final hours of the withdrawal, evacuation flights continue, but most of the seats on the planes leaving the airport are filled with U.S. soldiers. The Biden administration says it will hold the Taliban to its word that any Americans or Afghan allies still in the country after the deadline will be allowed safe passage out. The bodies of 13 U.S. service members killed in a suicide attack on the airport last week returned home. The fallen ranged in age from 20 to 31. The 18 troops who were hurt in that suicide attack are in Germany receiving medical care. Search efforts are underway as Hurricane Ida ripped through the Gulf Coast. The latest from Louisiana coming up next.
A look at our rain chance trend shows that chance is best Wednesday night into Thursday, and some even scattered showers continuing Thursday night. Some of those showers could bring some strong to severe storms with them as well. We'll break down what you can expect for the business week next.